Hi, it's Bud Wilkinson. It's long been said that you shouldn't drink and drive, but there's nothing wrong with parking and sipping. Today we're at a Sunday morning car show at the Two Roads Brewery in Stratford, Connecticut. It wasn't a huge show, maybe 100 entries, but the quality was exceedingly high. There were models that were ancient and rusty, old and sporty, and even new. Two vintage models with patina caught Ride Connecticut's attention, an all-original 1930 Ford Model A and a 1951 Chevrolet 3100 pickup. Two others on the radar were a 1962 Chevrolet Corvette Resto Mod and a 1965 Chevy G10 van. And here are their stories. The Model A 5-window Coupe Deluxe might be considered a rust bucket.
29,331 original documented miles as it sits.
It sat on blocks for 52 years before being rescued by Brian Sosonic of Orange, Connecticut.
2012, I was sent a photo of it in the barn. I was there the next day with the trailer. She was covered in dirt, dust, God knows what else. But to me, shiny. She was beautiful. So pulled it out of the barn. It was 26,228 miles at the time. Took me 5 days to unseize the motor. I've been driving her since.
Looking at it, it seems amazing that it's still on the road.
It's an absolute gem to me. She's a beautiful car. I mean, I say to people all the time, can you point out the other original Model A whenever I'm at shows? And they kind of look around and they're like, well, no. I says, yeah, I know there's Model A's here, but I know they're restored.
Also showing patina, but faux patina, was the 1951 Chevy Pickup belonging to Rob Yadzik of Milford, Connecticut.
I'm actually a new owner of it. I've owned it about a year, and I picked it up in Ohio when I purchased it.
The truck arrived with the paint scheme already in place.
The color came like that. I did a little modifications myself, but the guy that I bought it from did the fake patina paint on it. This has been a childhood dream car of mine, actually. My grandfather had a 51 Ford pickup when I was a kid, and I idolized that truck like no other. So since I can remember, I've always wanted an old pickup, and I fell in love with the Chevy because the front end's a little bit different than the Fords, and I just never looked back. It's not most people's dream vehicle, but it's definitely mine.
Spotted near the end of a row was the 1962 Corvette owned by Tom Fay of Stratford, Connecticut.
I bought the car in Bridgeport in 1970 for $1,000 and drove it for about 10 or 12 years. Then I parked it.
The Corvette sat until 2017 when Fay decided to upgrade it with a new chassis and C4 suspension.
I started working on it. I bought a 383 stroker motor, a Tremec 5-speed transmission, and I started putting it together, working on the disc brakes. It's a bare chassis with the engine. And around 2019, I looked at the clock and the calendar and I concluded I'm not going to live long enough to finish this car at the rate I'm going.
So he sent it out to be completed. The body went on the chassis, it got rewired, got new weather stripping, and a paint job. It's noticeably better.
It drives like a 30-year-old car instead of a 60-year-old car.
The 1965 Chevy van was created for business use. It serves a promotional purpose for Jim Binkley of Shelton, Connecticut's business. People who see the van often ask,
what is it? That's the first question I get. I get two responses. What is it? Because people haven't seen them. Not many survived because they were work trucks and they rotted and they crushed them because who thought that someday it'd be worth something? The second thing we get a lot of is, oh, I used to have one of those. I did the back as a camper, and I don't want to know what you did in the truck is what I used to tell people. Because they were also customized as campers and things like that back in the 70s. You could pick them up cheap. No, I bought it with the idea of lettering it. I originally wanted a Ford. I was been looking for a Ford for a couple of years. I came across this one here locally in Milford, bought it. I had it painted and we did some work to it, the side pipes, the wheels, some mechanical stuff too. And that's it. We just tool it. We like it. We like tooling around in it.
The van is notable for its lack of one feature, a rear door on the right side. Sunday morning's car show packed the parking lot and filled a nearby spectator lot as well at Two Roads Brewery, where Ronnie Gould is events manager.
Here at Two Roads, we're looking to find different ways to get new people here week to week, month to month. So we do a variety of different activities and such, and we try to utilize the space that we have on campus. So we figured there's a big car scene in the community and out in Stratford. There's other car shows, and like, let's do one of our own. We've got the lots, we've got the space. So in our brainstorming, we were like, let's do one. So this is our third year, maybe fourth year in a row doing them. With pretty much the typical success that you'd see today.
Appropriately, trophies at the show had connections to beer.
So we've got Best Classic Car today, which is the Barrel Aged Beauty. We've got the Popular Hot Rod, which is the People's Choice Award, whoever's the most popular here today, and a couple other categories like that.
In Stratford, Connecticut, for Ride Connecticut, I'm Bud Wilkinson. And don't forget, subscribe to Ride Connecticut's YouTube channel.